Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Fulfillment Friday. It's good to see you all. It's good to have you all here, and we'll give proper shout-outs to all those attending in the chat. But first and foremost, tonight, I am lucky to have a very special guest. I believe the most prominent and perhaps only referee in the Brony fandom. Please give a warm welcome to Red Card.
Hello, every pony.
Hello. How you been?
Good. I watched the. I came home from work early today to watch live the Olympic opening ceremony in Paris. It was really good. In fact, right now on NBC, they should be showing an encore of it right now for the primetime viewers.
Yes, and it's taking place in Paris.
In Paris, yep.
Oh, okay. That's about as far as a stereotype as I'm willing to go these days. Because I sure am not going to try the language of love. I will only get America further embarrassed. We don't need.
Let's not embarrass America right now. We don't need to embarrass it any more than it has itself.
That's right. It's an election year. Plenty of room for embarrassment.
Yeah.
Olympics and election year, and we're still not fully recovered from 2020. This year has it all.
That like I always forget that that the Olympics, like especially the Summer Olympics, always fall on an election year, and that terrifies me to no end.
Well, good reason. I mean, you're not sure if they're like, did you see that ludicrous display last night? You don't know if they're talking about the most recent game of football or that debate or that public speech.
Yes.
Alrighty. So let us, as I make everything fly across the screen, let us say a quick hello to all the folks who have joined us in the chat, like Enderpup, Cherry Fluff Belly Officiel, my good bud MLP Trinary, Mary Drake and Michael Bullington, Adam Leisman and Jude 3300. Going on down the line, Zapstride Gaming, Pokemon Fire Eevee and Cosmona Inspira, Komodra Steel, and coming in, Champ to Stay, Nathan DeWazo, Luna Brony, Crystal Sparkle, Sudden Jump in the text, my gosh, and Parker Boots, and JK, but not just kidding. And over on the Twitch, we have Blue Griffin Azora, hello, Charlie Fluff Belly, Dark Bunny, a first-timer in the chat, and Aqua Loves Art, also a first-timer in the chat. Good to have you both here. So, we have much to discuss, much to work on, but there are a few rituals for our brand new guests. And so, Red Card, are you prepared to answer the questions 3?
Do I have to?
Yes. All must answer the questions 3.
Oh, God.
Question number 1. Have you ever watched Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends?
Yes, I have.
Do tell.
I used to watch. I used to love it as a kid, obviously. So did Taylor, who was originally supposed to join us tonight, but actually he remembered he had a prior commitment, so he had to back out. We actually watched it recently at I hosted a Saturday morning cartoons panel at Ponyville Cider Fest this this past November, and Thomas and Friends was actually one of the things that I showed with the version that was narrated by George Carlin, and we Taylor and I, we were just like you want to talk about like knowing the narrations line for line. We were narrating stuff line for almost line for line. And there's video of it too.
Nice. Very nice.
I mean, it's one of those things in which, you know, it's almost like comfort food for your eyes. It's one of those like feel good things that like makes you feel like a kid again, and you just know the right words to say.
Excellent. While I may not have watched Thomas the Tank as a kid, I get that feeling when I watch an old Transformers cartoon or something from back in the days of yore.
That's accurate, yeah.
All right, so we had a rare yes. I mean, a lot of my buds are like just outside the age range for Thomas the Tank. It seems like.
Yeah, that's one of the stuff that I had a couple tapes of on VHS growing up and watched like numerous times. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that's one of those things that is one of those things that always kind of sticks with you for like that you just a piece of your childhood that you just don't want to let go, that you're hesitant to let go of if for lack of a better word.
Yes. Well, then, you know, there's no reason to. I don't agree with people who say that growing up means you have to forget everything about being a kid.
And I mean, you know, Walt Disney once said it best himself. Adults are just kids, but grown up. I think that's how the line goes. But I think Disney did say that.
And it's honestly, I think he was onto it. I mean, honestly, there are times I wonder about how much of a really wonderful man he was, but by gosh, he knew how to entertain people.
Yeah, and he had such a enormous imagination.
Imagination.
Yeah. Mary Drake said, you mentioning VHS tapes made me feel old. I feel old regardless whether or not I mention it. I still I actually have a working VCR like that's hooked up to my TV right now that's feet away from it.
I could do you one better. Last night, my friend Corellica returned from a trip where she had visited a horror shop, and she brought home with her a VHS of Alien 3.
Oh.
Which promoted itself as the conclusion of the scariest trilogy in sci-fi. Ha! The conclusion. And the fact that they think it's actually the end.
No, but VHS tapes may actually be a pretty good commodity because there's a lot of material that's you can only find on VHS that isn't available on DVD or even streaming.
Yeah.
Or even not just that, but certain versions of stuff that can only be found on physical tapes, pretty much. That weren't released to DVD or Blu-ray.
Like the original cuts of Star Wars.
Yes, but you can also find the original cuts on lasers. Oh my god! I just aged myself a few years by saying that on Laserdisc. We had the true story when we had a Laserdisc player. We actually had a two laser like a 2-disc version of Star Wars Return of the Jedi on Laserdisc. You had to like the first disc. And of course, those who don't know what Laserdisc is, it's like the size of a vinyl record, except it's an optical disc the size of a vinyl record. That you can watch movies from. Like, this is like 1980s stuff, 1990s stuff. You one half of a movie is on one side of the disc, and then the other half of the movie is on you have to flip the disc to watch the other half of the movie. However, there were 2 discs with the Return of the Jedi that we had. So it's actually broken up into thirds, I believe I remember this well. 1/3 on one side of the first disc, the second third on the other side of the first disc, and then on the second disc, one side only is the last third. Talk about just not being practical.
But it makes for a good song. The red card is watching something on a laser disc. Everything's better on a laser disc. Whatever happened to a laser disc? Laser disc.
I actually can't remember the last time I actually watched something on the Laserdisc platform. It's been a hot minute.
I feel like I saw something in 2nd grade on the Laserdisc, but that was about it.
Yeah, the only things I remember like seeing on Laserdisc, during my time, was Return of the Jedi and The Wizard of Oz. My dad owned The Wizard of Oz on Laserdisc.
Oh, nice. Oh, did he ever play To Dark of the Moon, Side of the Moon?
No, I can't. No.
Curses. But that's okay. That's okay.
Enderpup. Enderpup. I am almost 30 years old.
Ha! You youngin'. Don't you try to outage me, sonny boy. You done sassing back. Oh, I hate it when they sass back. Now, the second question. Have you ever read Agents of Smile?
No, that's no.
Okay, so the pony media not doing that much reading, but then again, having read some of those books, it takes about half an hour tops. I mean, you can just power through. But that's no biggie. And now, for the third and final question upon which your very soul relies. Do you know how to get on the internet?
Yes. Well, aren't we on the internet right now?
We are? Holy crud, I thought I just had a chatbot going.
Remember the days when you actually had to click a couple of buttons, like back during the days of I'm gonna make myself feel old again. Who remembers the days of dial-up when you had to back during the days when you had to actually use a phone line to connect to the internet. You actually had to press a couple of buttons. You weren't just connected already. You actually had to sign on and sign off to make to not occupy that phone line all the time.
Oh yes, then of course there was the classic
all the noises, all the dial-up noises that I grew up with AOL and all the dial-up sounds that came with that is oh.
And the most famous voice in America was, "You've got mail."
You've got mail. It's those dial-up noises and that "You've got mail" thing was the sound of the late 90s for me.
I just always loved the part.
Yep. The dial-up was terrible.
Oh yes.
But in the 90s it's all we had. So I feel like we're so a lot of people, especially like for those who live in certain places, are so privileged, maybe too much to a certain degree, are privileged to have high-speed internet, versus some in certain places like that are not very, I guess, in urban areas, that are not like you see. This is why infrastructure upgrades are important, folks. Everyone deserves high-speed internet.
That's right, and sometimes the only way to get that infrastructure is tax dollars.
This is where we're going to learn about taxes. Not really. I was repeating something that Viva Reverie did in a Brony's React one time.
Well, there we go. But
taxes.
Well, but you know what? If other people are lacking in the high speed, I will chip in to get them that, because then they can watch my videos. Yes.
Yep, and not have to deal with buffering all the time.
Oh, that's a dirty word around here.
Buffering.
How dare you?
Buffering. You can't stop me, Silver.
I beg your pardon, sir. You wash your mouth out with soap.
Uh-oh.
We don't take kindly to that talk round, yeah? I mean, of all the things, Puffer, saying the B word, there might be children in the audience. How could you, sir? How very much dare. And, the people do weep. He hath said the forbidden word. Meanwhile, people are wondering why Fiara the Tank Girl is an alicorn. I wondered the same thing, but I needed some references, and, well, Lightning Bliss drew Fiara as an alicorn. The Princess of Explosions is the title.
Oh.
I thought that was Flurry Heart's title, but you never know. They can fight it out. Ooh, if anything, place your bets. Fiara versus Flurry Heart. Who controls the explosions?
This just became who would win. Where's Race and Saber?
That's right. Well, you know what? Josh Scorcher's working on a version of Death Battle. Let's bring that back. Let's get them on.
Oh no.
I mean, we can't get Whiz and Boomstick, but by gosh, we can get like Cheese Whiz and OK Boomer. There we go. There, I just gave you 2 new Death Battle hosts. Come on, people. Take it and run with it. Go. And Trinary continually spoiling me. Now, there was a question earlier that I failed to answer, and it was from Dark Bunny. Because, yes, Dark Bunny, I've not given Clutterstep a lot of my time, but his story continues to evolve in my brain. And I've never left him behind. I just haven't made the time to express the ideas percolating within my brain space. My mind is awash with all this flashing synapses. Oh yeah, mine too. That's a Blazing Saddles reference for any who wonder. Tell me you've seen Blazing Saddles.
No.
You hesitate. Oh, he mentions the forbidden words, and then he hasn't seen Blazing Saddles. Oh, red card. I don't mean to penalize the penalizer, but you are sentenced to 2 hours of delightful enjoyment.
Oh, no. Wait. Okay. If we're talking about Mel Brooks, will Young Frankenstein be a saving grace for me?
I will compliment your choice, but that's only one Mel Brooks movie starring Gene Wilder. Rest in peace, you wonderful soul.
Rest in peace. I've also seen Spaceball.
Well, that shows you've definitely got good taste, but Blazing Saddles is his own thing. I mean, I weep for you. that you have not yet gotten to experience the sublime humor, which I cannot directly quote very often because it's also racist as hell by today's standards.
Yeah.
but you absolutely must see it. By God, if we have to kidnap you at Everfree Northwest and sit you down in front of
oh no.
sit you down in front of a TV to watch Blazing Saddles, by God, sir, I will make it happen.
Oh Lord.
And I know people who can make it happen.
Yeah. Thank you, Crystal, for the. Crystal Sparkle says, "I really enjoyed the play-by-play of the Olympics on Twitter." Thank you so much, Crystal.
Oh, okay. That's your commentary on the Olympics.
I have a thing about live tweeting the Olympics, what I'm watching, like be it soccer, be it gymnastics, be it track and field, swimming, basketball. It's like giving score updates or whatever. That's what I do.
Gotcha. So okay, so that's a good thing. Everyone, the links to Red Card's Twitter are in the description. Give him a follow so you can probably get some good play-by-plays this weekend, yeah?
Yep.
And then watch that Twitter during Everfree Northwest, where he will likely tweet, "Help, they're kidnapping me. They keep talking about Blazing Saddles and and a Mongo only pawn in Game of Life. Help!" I mean, this is for your comedic soul. This is my civic duty. Duty.
Also, speaking of civic duty, don't forget to vote in November, guys.
That's right. We've got enough
for any of our American viewers. Don't forget to vote.
I know if you don't vote, you don't have a right to complain. And trust me, complaining about politics is fun.
I don't I complain about politics because I have to, and I don't like doing it.
Well, different folks, different enjoyments. I'd rather be able to complain about it with a clear conscience. As in, I voted, now what in the hay are you folks doing over there?
Yeah.
But no, seriously, go vote.
Please.
I have felt a terrible desperation this year as I've watched the politics unfold.
Yes. Yeah. Although there seems to be hope on the horizon with Kamala stepping up to the plate.
If nothing else, I've enjoyed a week of positive reinforcement.
Yes, it's like we cannot afford the former guy to win. Kamala Harris has joined. I have hope again.
There we go.
Well, anyway, enough about politics.
That's right. Aqua Lovers Art mentions they have not seen Blazing Saddles either. It's on their bucket list. Well, I'm sorry, I can't abduct everyone for a mass viewing of Blazing Saddles, but get it off the list, Aqua Loves Art. I promise you, it's a fun investment.
Yes, and if not investment of money, investment of time.
That's right.
Because it will be time well spent.
That's right. Especially if you can conduct a federal crime of abduction to get people to do it. Then it's time in the slammer.
Oh, no. Nathan, nice to meet you, Coach Red. Nathan, I'm not a coach. I'm a ref. There's a difference. But thank you. Nice to meet you, too.
Oh, now it's... Well, it may be the internet causing weird autocorrects. For example, when I tried to say hello, Red Card, on Discord earlier, it changed his name to Richard.
To Richard?
It's like, who's Richard? I'm not talking to a Richard. Oh, Oh,
there
come
was a
on.
king named Richard. There was a king named Richard from if you go see any of the Robin Hood movies, especially the one from 1991, I want to say with I'm blanking on the actor's name. Dang it.
Oh, wait. Oh, I'm always bad at actors' names. I think I know who you're talking about, though. Robin Hood, 1991.
Kevin Costner. That's who it was.
You got it. You got there ahead of me, but yes. Although I always love the older live action Robin Hood, where Robin's about to be like beheaded, and then Richard and his host come storming in. The death glare he is giving his little brother is like.
I don't know if are we talking about the 1991 version?
No, this is further back. Let's see.
Oh, I don't know if I've seen that one.
Robin Hood, King Richard Returns. Which one was this? 1938?
Oh man, that's way back.
Yeah,
that's way before me.
Well, it's well before me too. I mean, I'm not that old, boy. Howdy. But yeah, I think it's the 1938 film. But just do a search for the King Richard Returns, and you will see one of the best death glares in all of cinema.
Yeah.
Cinema.
MLP Trinary makes a pretty good point. Richard III, or also known as Richard the Lionheart, was barely ever in his own country. He was too busy crusading. I would believe that.
Too busy crusading, but boy, when you realize who you left in charge, just be like, maybe I should stick closer to home.
Yeah, yeah.
You all keep crusading.
You need to know who you're putting in charge a lot better, Richard, dude.
Yeah, I know. Personnel management is an important aspect of being a king.
Yeah, so whoever you put in charge doesn't take over your throne or your kingdom, for that matter.
Or takes your wife. I mean, just look at that.
Or takes your wife. Yeah. Oh boy.
I mean, just saying.
Don't you love English folklore?
There's a lot of infidelity going on.
Yeah.
And the Greeks.
Fun fact. To those for anyone watching, Silver-Quill. I actually, you probably already know this, but I actually took a trip to London back in April.
Ooh, nice. Wait, you did? I mean, I took a trip to Scotland for a little bit. And
That's right, you did. I remember you did.
It was just a brief layover on my way to Scotland and me compadre Mad Munchkin.
What wasn't weren't you there the same time I was in London?
I believe so, but we sadly didn't have an opportunity to meet up.
No, because you were in Scotland. I was in England. There's Scotland's to the north, England's to the south. We're separated by a couple hundred miles, I want to say.
Yep. So definitely not a quick hike over and say, "Hey, how you doing?"
Not ideal. Not ideal.
Oh, there's a quick question I just want to address from Sodor Fan 15. Learning to vector ponies. Do I have the tail as one piece or multiple layers? Well, here's a little trick, Sodor. What I have as the tail on Fiora here, it seems like one object, but it's not. If we look in, you have the layer, and when you do a little drop down, you see all the vector paths. And at the very bottom here, with the tail, is a clip group. So what I did, let's just make a quick reference. Say you draw a square. You select the square, and you select the draw inside. Now, anything I draw will be clipped off to within the within that square. So a little red, get rid of the fill. So I could draw a squiggly line all over here, but you'll only see it within the cube or the square. It's two-dimensional. So, and I did the same thing with just the shape of Fiora's tail and then drew these orange pieces within it. So it's a clip group rather than its own layer. And it's at the very back of all the paths because it's the tail. Comes out near the patoot. This is now a biology lesson. Our tail is usually located near the patoot. If you encounter an animal who has a tail growing out of, say, its forehead, you should check for radioactive waste nearby. Now, unfortunately, there's a bit more of a trick. Yeah. You see, on the legs, I just left this top open, and the computer can't deal with that if I need to, once again, make a clip group. So I'm just going to close off the shape and leave the stroke as a separate object, so that when I draw within, because Fiora has these little, I guess they're horseshoes? Or, well, no, they're not horseshoes, but some sort of highlight of where horseshoes would be. So I can just draw within, and now that leg is a clip group.
Isn't it kind of inferred that the horseshoes would be there? Isn't that kind of inferred?
I've never
or implied, I mean.
I'm not sure. I've recently noticed that they love to put shapes under horseshoes in animation. Usually it's a heart, but I think you could really go wild with that. Imagine if in My Little Pony even the cutie marks were on the horseshoes.
We wouldn't be able to see them most of the time then.
We wouldn't, but you could certainly tracking someone in the wild would be a heck of a lot easier. All right, I'd say Rainbow Dash passed by here about an hour ago. What makes you say that? Well, her cutie marks are in these tracks in the mud. She clearly did not recycle that water bottle she was drinking over yonder. And there's that sign saying, "Catch me if you can, suckers." I feel that is a personal challenge. Oh, Nathan also wants to start over. Nice to meet you, Red Card.
Nice to meet you, too.
Oh, and I forgot to mention Lady Almathea, a.k.a. Noma Ruiz Gallardo, joined us.
Nice. Welcome.
So, good to have you here. Oh, for a minute I thought I saw something about a crystal pony. Have I ever made a crystal pony? I have not made them, but I've copied some from the show.
I think someone had a question, like a who would win question. Flurry Heart or Michael Bay, I think it was.
I'm actually afraid of what Michael Bay would do if he got his hands on the My Little Pony franchise. It's like, okay, we're all going to make them like 30-something adults, but pretend that they're teenagers.
Oh, Lord.
The dress code for Equestria is everything half off, and instead of rainbows, we're going with more explosions and explosions and explosions.
And more explosions.
I mean, he might appreciate Flurry Heart's ability to create explosions, but I don't want him anywhere near MLP. I saw the first Transformers Michael Bay movie in theaters, and I thought, well, That didn't make a lot of sense, but I had fun. However, you won't get me again with that Michael Bay. Transformers 2 comes out. Never again. I have not seen another Michael Bay movie since, but I'm aware of how he turned Optimus Prime into a raging sociopath.
Enderpup says, if there's a red card, where's the yellow card? Oh boy, that's my ex-girlfriend's.
Oh, go on. Oh, Grandpa needs his stories.
Yeah. My ex-girlfriend and I dated for about a year, and then I about halfway through that year, I realized that I'm not sure if this is the person who I want to be with, and honestly, some of my family members were noticing that too, and so I broke it off. That's all I'm at liberty to really disclose.
Oh, I'm not. I wasn't trying to really pry into your deep secrets.
No. I know.
Or expose your past. Speaking of your past, would you enlighten us on your path to the Bronydom and how you became involved as the red card?
Oh, that is that's an interesting story. Go
on again.
Well, I first heard about I'd already heard about My Little Pony through basically the toy ads and during the mid-aughts, and so basically I knew what it was already. So the mid-aughts is like when G3 was around.
We don't talk about that G3.
There's some underrated gems that you just can't help but you just can't help but laugh at, like for example, a Very Minty Christmas. But we're not here to discuss. We're not here to discuss G3. We're here to discuss me and my journey into the fandom. So, fast forward to my high school days. Particularly, I'm a junior in high school. Yeah, I am a junior in high school. Some of my people who I go to school with start putting stuff on the wall. Start putting these Technicolor My Little Pony characters on the wall of one of the classrooms, and they're also talking about the new My Little Pony show. And I was like, are you kidding me? You are grown men. Well, actually, grown men. We're in high school. So, but still, you're guys who are into My Little Pony, really? Honestly, I didn't really think much of it. It's like if you're into that, okay, fine. I don't think I'm going to be into that stuff. If you're into that, you do you. The summer of the summer after my junior year of high school, I'm just sitting in the den of my house, just flipping through the program guide of our Verizon Fios TV. I then come across My Little Pony, which is on. Who remembers when Discovery Family was called The Hub? Yeah, those were. This is one of those days. I decide. I say to myself, you know what? I'm gonna give this a watch. I hope I don't regret this. If I don't like it, fine. I gave it a try. I don't like it. I'm not gonna watch it again. Oh, I'm in trouble. I like it this. Again. The episode that was airing was actually the Hearts and Hooves Day episode, with the, Cheerilee and, Big Mac doing Schmoopy Doo and everything. And then the episode that followed that was the episode with the Smile song.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, this song is actually really good. I am in trouble. So I am pondering on like whether I want to start from the very beginning again, or beginning again from the beginning, on season 1, episode 1. Eventually, I do, and first episode I like, and then the part 2 of the series premiere comes, and I'm like, this is actually really good. And then I watch the third episode, the fourth episode, 15 episodes in. I'm like, crud. So I'm thinking of like, how am I going to explain this to my parents? This is I feel like I am going through a midlife crisis here. Like, I shouldn't, like, I am a grown, I am going into my senior year in high school. I am a male, and I am watching a show for little girls. What is wrong with this picture? So eventually the people at school find out that or the people who I originally found out about this from. But they didn't find out by me telling them. One of them found out by, like, I had my earbuds on pretty loud, and loud enough that the person next to me could hear me, and they gave me the you know the face that SpongeBob gives Squidward, like in the episode Just One Bite, is like, you like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward? It is like that's the look I am given. It's like, you like ponies, don't you? And it's like, okay, the secret's out. Yes, I do.
But
so
only because you recognize that music too.
Yeah, that because he watched the show too.
There you go. I'm surprised he and several others weren't banging on your door the first day. One of us, one of us.
Yeah. So then season 3 rolls around, and I watched the season 3 premiere, and it was like, okay, this is my first time actually watching new material. I don't remember if I'm fully caught up with all the episodes by this point. I'm pretty sure that I was. So the first episode is, the introduction to the Crystal Empire, and King Sombra's first appearance, and then I periodically watched some episodes throughout season 3, and then the finale comes. Larson. I actually like that episode. Like, I said that because everyone else does it, just because they like to give Larson a hard time. I think that I thought that was a good, like, and plus, Twilight Sparkle is my favorite character of all the main 6. So it's like, okay, I think this is a good upgrade for her. This is gonna, this could be, like, because it's world building, and I think that it's a step in the right. I thought it was a step in the right direction. A lot of people at the time didn't think so, because it's like the people are going to stop watching the show. The fandom's done. It's like, really? We're 3 seasons into the show, and you're pulling that. So, and then summer of 2013, I go to my first BronyCon, and I am not at all ready. I am not at all ready for what I experience. Because I am not familiar with any of the internet memes at all. I've not. By this point, I have not immersed myself in meme culture, like on social media and stuff. People start chanting them, and it's like, what is this that they're chanting? And so, yeah, and we're about to get into like how I chose the name Red Card. Anyone who was around during the early days of the fandom will remember one of the things that actually helped, I guess, grow the fandom, and that was Everfree Network. And at the helm was a guy named Final Draft. I actually met him in the vendors hall at BronyCon 2013, and I asked him, what would be a good recommendation for a name, like a fandom name. I know why he was called Final Draft, because he was the director of Everfree Network, and he, everything has to go through him basically. And so I asked him, I just got into the fandom. I'm into I'm into sports, particularly I referee soccer. I'm certified to referee in soccer. I know that there was a question out there that's like what sport am I into? What sport do I referee? And I actually am certified in Eastern Pennsylvania as a referee to referee soccer by the U.S. Soccer Federation. So the more you know. So Final Draft, he suggests Red Card. Because referees in soccer are best known for flashing, red and yellow cards at players. The red card means that you've been ejected from the game. A yellow card means that you have been cautioned for something. Red card is associated with serious foul play, violent conduct, or denial of a goal scoring opportunity. You're more likely to associate a referee in soccer with showing a red card. That's why he suggests that to me. So I ponder on that for the next couple of months, and then I actually create the Red Card persona by actually creating my current Twitter account, and setting my YouTube channel to name to Red Card. So it took a little bit of help from Google, because at the time my YouTube account was actually associated with my personal Google account, and you had to have a brand Google account in order to be able to change the name on it. So they were actually able to convert it into a brand account. Actually, I was able to create a brand account, and they were able to associate my YouTube account with that. So that's how I was able to do that. And I've been and so, long story short, I went to every BronyCon that was in Baltimore, and I've been going to a lot of conventions recently since the pandemic, really. And I'm doing more of these now than I did before COVID, because a lot of the time that I went to BronyCon, I was in school, so I didn't actually have the opportunity to go to other conventions besides BronyCon, because BronyCon happened at a really opportune time for me to go. So I've been to BronyCon, I've been to Everfree Northwest, I've been to HarmonyCon, I've been to Babs, I've been to Winnie City PonyCon and Ponyville Cider Fest, and a lot of other smaller conventions that are no longer around anymore, but I've been to those, and a couple of anime conventions too, like KatsuCon and ZenkaiCon as well.
ZenkaiCon
is an anime convention in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Interesting.
Forgive me, but I mostly know the term Zenkai from a Japanese superhero group, the 45th Super Sentai Zenkaiger.
Oh, really? Okay.
Which, as far as I know, just means like full power.
Makes sense.
As far as I know, I'm sure someone more versed in Japanese will correct me eventually.
I'm well versed in some Japanese, but not that well versed.
I see, but that's a fascinating story. The Everfree network. Well, I don't. Are they still doing stuff?
Not really. I mean, Everfree Network technically shut down operations like after, I guess, 20 or I think in 2014 or 2015. They like they kind of got the like gave people like a gateway into the fandom by live streaming some conventions and then putting full panel videos up. Really, after BronyCon in 2013, they didn't live stream any conventions anymore. Really, that was really it. That was the last one that they did. But they had live streamed, some of the main events. Some of the main events, all stuff for Everfree Northwest, for some of the earlier BronyCons, BronyCon Winter 2012 and BronyCon Summer of 2012 in Secaucus. Then, of course, Candlelight Gardens in Columbus, Ohio. They like that's not around anymore, but and some others as well. Really, Everfree Network, I think, really got the fandom going as we know it today.
Mm-hmm. And well, the fact that while they may not be involved anymore, you're proactive, and that you got sounds like a very encouraging start from them.
Well, I didn't actually work with them, like if that's what you're implying. I just like Final Objectives helped me choose a name. That's all.
Well, that's a start, and sometimes encouragement comes in just getting you interested in something.
Yeah.
So, sure. I like the idea of what would you call it? A fandom legacy?
I guess, yeah.
I mean, you're creating a legacy. They created a legacy. All these folks making the legacies. Yep.
And I think one of my legacies is obviously I don't want to say I'm copying Race Best on it, because he was probably the original con vlogger. I just happen to draw inspiration from him, and bring into to people's computer screens some of my experiences at conventions that he's not at, as well as stuff that he's at as well. So
gotcha. Although we were a little mean to you at Winnie City, I think it was last year. Saber got a hold of Red Card's camera, which is a very good camera, by the way. And
yeah, it's a very expensive camera too, and like he scared the heck out of me taking it from me. It's like, please do not drop this.
And I'm sorry, it was not the goal to cause you distress. They were goofing around, but your camera was in safe hands.
Because that camera. Like I paid over $1,000 for that camera. It was a very hefty investment.
It was also a very hefty camera physically, but a good one.
Yeah. But it does a lot more than my old cameras do or did.
If the Brony thing were to take a back seat or to recede a little, what would you still use that camera at? You mentioned some other conventions.
Yeah, I mentioned I've been to a couple anime conventions. I don't go to anime conventions very often anymore because I feel the most connected to the Brony fandom. Whereas going to like any other convention, like say Comic-Con or an anime convention or even a furry convention, any sort of other convention other than the Brony convention, you feel very much out of your depth, and it is like, whereas as Brony convention, like everyone knows who you are. Like if you have if you're horse famous or you have a lasting legacy. If you go to an anime convention like say Otakon or Katsucon or some other one, like that's a completely different scene. No one, or next to no one, knows who you are. Apart from the people who also go to Brony conventions who happen to be there at the same time that you are. So it's those conventions are a completely different animal because it caters to a different, I don't want to say demographic, but to a different audience, and to a larger audience at that.
It's true. I have gone to a few anime conventions, and since then, and there really isn't the same feeling of familiarity or comfort. This is good. I get to see how this has evolved from when I used to be more involved, but it's not my scene anymore.
Right. It's like there's it's like at those kind of conventions you're almost spoiled for choice. Almost too much to an extent, because there's a lot of choices, but very little that you seem interested in, at least from my experience. Because and as I said before, like it does cater to a much larger audience, and it caters to a different audience. So there's going to be different programming, for lack of a better word. There's going to be different people there. Yeah, it's you're going to have a different experience there. That's just the reality of it.
And it's different, and therefore it must be destroyed.
Whoa! I didn't mean that.
Ah!
Like let's pump the brakes for just a second here.
But I'm mad now. Hey. Oh, hey, hop, hop, hop.
Well, on the subject of vlogs, actually, the first vlog that I actually ever watched was of AC Race Best was the BronyCon 2013 vlogs. I happened to search BronyCon 2013 to see if I could find myself in any of those videos. The only videos I can find myself in are those that are done by Everfree Network, because during the opening ceremony of BronyCon 2013, I was sitting right in front of the camera, and I also asked a question at the voice actors panel. So that's really it. From Race's vlogs, I didn't see myself at all. So, I actually didn't start vlogging myself until Katsucon in 2014. And that was kind of on a budget because I had an iPod Touch that had a camera, did not have enough space for the life of me to do long videos. Not at all.
Now, cats sue. Why are the cats suing a con?
Katsucon is KATSUCON. Katsu is basically pork or chicken cutlets, basically, in Japanese.
I see. They're suing because they didn't get a piece.
Katsu is a convention which is in National Harbor, Maryland, which is south of Washington, D.C. It's at the Gaylord National Resort and Convention Center. That was the first anime convention that I'd ever been to. I can't bring myself to watch my vlogs of those again because, oh my God, the cringe I feel. Ugh.
Well, I can appreciate that. Looking back it's always hard to look back at earlier work and think, oh, I made that? Ugh. But then but then also be proud. That's a sign you've grown. You've done better.
Yeah, it's like, now that I think of it, that was 10 years ago this past February. Holy crud.
There you go. One, I appreciate that you dialed it back at the last second there. And two, yes, memories. Like the holy crowd they bring.
Yeah, I know where. Like, I'm not sure what the rules are here for language, but I'm being a little bit more conservative here.
Well, I mean, you've already used the B word, so I'll forgive you that. I'll forgive you that.
But over time, I've been investing in new equipment, to try to make and new equipment, new hardware, new software as well, to try to make the quality of my stuff better.
Oh, I'm right there with you. My layout from when I first started making videos to now is, so very different. And therefore must be destroyed. We're back to this again.
It's almost hard to believe that I've been in this community more than almost like more than 10 years now.
I know.
Like a tenth of my life has been devoted to my. Well, actually, not a tenth. If we're talking that years in which I've been alive, that's almost a third of my life. Actually.
Well, there you go. Wait until you get even older and you realize, what? How much of a percentage of my life is this? No, wait. Don't answer that. It'll just make me uppity. Now get me my pudding. We're back to the pudding.
Wait, pudding? Where?
Pudding everywhere.
Pudding.
Pudding. See, one of my favorite moments at Winnie City was we were doing a video or a panel on how we got into the Brony fandom, what it's like, yada yada. And every one of the lists like, oh, I got in on high school. Oh, I got in middle school. And, all my friends were watching. And it's like, I was working for the government.
I am older than all of you.
And it was funny because it was true. And I'm not bitter. I'm just talking like this. And so it does hit you when you realize, dang, I'm the old man of the group now. When did that happen? Hey, dog.
Yeah.
Why am I talking like this? I ain't from the South.
I think Applejack wants her accent back.
So I can stop mangling it? Sure. All right. So thank you to everyone who's been reminding me, top of the hour, save a clock.
Save a clock. The clocks must be saved.
All the clocks, everywhere. It takes a little time, but saving a clock is worth it.
It's time to stop.
Oh, no, Parker Boots just started in 2022. And it was the Sunset Shimmy Shake.
Yeah. Sunset Shimmer is I like her too.
Oh yeah, she I would say that she's the defining element of Equestria Girls.
Yeah, I during the original Equestria Girls movie, I didn't like her, but since Rainbow Rocks, I think she's well redeemed herself.
Yes.
Yeah, and I ship her and Sidetwy.
And
they're my OTP.
There you go. Although that does beg a certain question. Who would you, since Flash Sentry seems to have like 3 encounters of disappointment, what would you do to reconcile him? Who would be his comfort ship?
Are we talking Equestria Girls Flash or Pony Flash?
Either or.
Oh, let me see. Oof. That
you heard it here first. He ships Flash Sentry with oof.
If I am going to be completely honest, that's a tough one to answer because everyone shipped him with Pony Twilight visiting in the Equestria Girls universe, but I think that people have highlighted that a human dating a canonical horse girl is frowned upon. So you know what? I'm gonna put the pony version of him with Pony Twilight.
Okay.
Just for the heck of it, because I remember shipping them way back when, and it's only fitting that it's those two.
Alrighty.
And done properly.
Properly. So a little more characterization for the old boy.
Yeah. I dated horse twice. Oh, Lord.
See, for me, I've always found that whenever Flash was feeling down, there was always one character there to help him, to give him a good pat on the back and a little sympathy. And that was our dear Muffin Mare in human form.
Derpy, yep.
So why not? Why not have him finally realize to put his efforts where the care is greatest? And then he can,
why not?
Because then it'll really piss off the fans. You thought it was bad when you thought he was dating the main character. Now he's dating the fandom mascot.
It's not so much I don't have a problem with him dating a main character. It's like it's other people that have a problem with him dating a canonical horse. Just a horse in the form of a human. Well, actually, to that end, I mean, Sunset Shimmer is also canonically a horse as well. So, and they they used to date. So, joke's on y'all.
Besides, they don't know. They clearly haven't seen Robot Chicken and How You Make More Centaurs. Just play a little bit of a clip from that.
Oh, Lord. But in all honesty, like my favorite ship is Sidetwy with Sunset Shimmer, because they're just so adorable together.
There you go. Now, here's that clip I was mentioned. If you ever want to hear this, folks, it's Centaur Crisis Appeal.
Sexy. Sexy.
Oh, Lord.
Horses are sexy.
And that's all you need to hear right now. Because I'm pretty sure this could be taken all the wrong ways. But that's and could also be like demonetize your channel. Probably. But let us always remember mythology. Ask your parents, where do centaurs come from?
Here's the simple answer to that. Yes.
There you go. Oh, by the way, Pigboss99 has a question for everyone in the chat. Do you have an Artfight account? Which I don't know what Artfight is.
I don't know what that is either. Nathan Duazo has a question for me. Can you play soccer? I actually played soccer before I started refereeing. I played soccer in kindergarten and then again in high school. So I'm not sure about actually playing now because I am not in good enough shape to probably do so. But I did play soccer.
Well, that's very. I don't know. You seem in very good shape to me.
That's
especially in comparison to me.
I'll take that as a compliment. That is very kind to you, but I don't think I am.
Well, either which way, I'm glad you still pursue the enjoyment as a referee.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so we have successfully completed the base form of Fiora the Tank Girl. Although this OC goes by a different name, but for all I know, it's the only Wandering Sunrise per Fiora's Dead Tree series. But I also know it's the only horse avatar she uses. So I am procuring it. Procure. And why, you may ask? Because Lightning Bliss needs a little help doing a promo for Everfree this year. And I agreed to help, but part of that comes with animating and putting together a rather absurdist script, courtesy of myself. So I am working to get... let's see here. Keyframe, Fiora, and Master Code Ace Analyst, all three of them are taking part in this video. I need the parts of them. So, I am making them now. Here. Hello. Let's see here. Art Fight is a monthly drawing battle challenge that happens every year in July. Well, wait. It's a monthly drawing battle, but it happens every year in July. This definition confuses me. Is it July?
I think what they means is it happens every July. It happens. It happens annually. It's like I'm not sure where the confusion is, but I seem to understand it.
Well, you see, if something happens monthly, it's every month. But if it's monthly and it happens every year, well, okay. In July,
yeah, okay. Thank you for pointing that out. Is it okay? Is it monthly or is it annually?
I don't know.
Okay, Kylie says I meant yearly in July. Not
okay.
The time frame is the whole month of July.
There we go. Because usually I'm just confused and scared. That's my default. All right. So now that we have Fiora as a pony, won't need those references for the moment. Now is the time where I prepare her for expressions, which means decapitation.
Oh no!
Boop. Now she is the headless horse. Let's do it again with feeling. Ah. Templates? No, we want.
I'm seeing this on a delay, so it hasn't. The head isn't gone for me yet.
Not yet. Well, you'll get the general heads up.
Dang it.
Now we go with the tricky trick. Oh, I'm so sneaky. And
well, I just realized that the stream on my end was a really big delay. So I just click live and it's fast forwarded now. Okay, good.
Well, it can still be a big delay. I wish I understood all the factors. If I have Minty Root on again, I'm sure Minty understands the reasons and for delays and the ways to correct them. The only problem is I'm not as smart as Minty, so I can barely keep up at times. But I can at least prepare. Yes, I shall prepare things. And we shall go forth and see what comes of it. You shall be my eyelashes. Eyelashes. You need to be further down here. Oi. Boop, boop. Group. Right eye. Or is it? Or do I usually do? Whatever. I'll figure it out as I go. July 1st through August 1st annually, says Tipigbus. Okay. Well, I've shown the depths of my ignorance on Art Fight. I like the idea of encouraging people to focus, to develop their art through a little bit of a challenge. I got no beef with the challenge, as long as folks keep it respectful. And let's see, this is the left eye. Right eye, left eye, eye.
Aye, Captain.
Aye.
Hey, you see what I did there?
I do. In fact, that deserved. Well done.
Yeah, there we go.
Mary Drake, everyone has to give me a stern lecture. It's really just the way it is now. Hello, Wumanji. Good to have you here. Now, we begin with the talking. For every character needs the ability to talk.
Yep.
Open recent.
Because talking is important.
Especially
communication. Communication is important. Sorry, communication is important.
It's true. Especially in an election year. Whoop.
Yeah, I thought we were done talking about politics.
Well, I mean, you could. I mean, there's always talking about just general sense of doom, or oh, hey, what's special about this year? Well, I got to go to Scotland. It's an election year. Yeah, no, that about covers it.
And it's an Olympic year.
And it's an Olympic year. But not for the Russians. I've got to put that out too.
Yep. Sorry, Russia.
I'm not sorry. You guys, you stop what you're doing right this instant. You want to take part in the actual Olympics, you got to clean up your act. Big time. Harumph.
Harumph. To Quill and Red, any cool movies you're hoping to see?
Oh, well. Would you like to go first?
Sure, why not? I know that Wicked is coming out later. I think this year. The movie version of the Broadway musical Wicked, which I actually went to see when I was in London, and in the West End. So it was a really good performance. Looking forward to that. Also, I'm looking forward. I think I'm not sure if I missed my opportunity to see Inside Out 2 yet, but might wait to see that when it comes out to streaming. But I want to see that too.
That's a good one. Good choices. Well, I just saw today Deadpool and Wolverine. And so that's well, I mean, it satisfies an itch for a little bit, but I actually want to see it again, just because it was so darn funny. But also, all the references, it's like, okay, now I can look up the information and really know what in the hay each scene is talking about, so I'll watch it again.
Oh, also, Moana 2 is coming out in November. That's on my list.
I don't know about that. I mean, I'm uncertain.
Disney's done okay with sequels recently. I think, they did okay with Frozen 2. I like that. I'm looking forward to seeing Zootopia 2. Is that next year or in 2 years?
I think it's next year, but I can
Okay.
check to see how fast Race's heart is beating.
Yes, of course, Race.
I mean, once we get to a certain beats per minute, I'm pretty sure that's an indicator of how close we are to the release date.
Because he can't get enough of one Judy Hopps.
Are you kidding? He'll be hopping mad if he misses out.
Hey.
And blah, blah, blah. But I gotta say, Transformers 1, especially the trailer that just came out like what was it, a day or 2 days ago, really giving it a better look than just a comedy. I don't want to say too much lest I spoil things for people.
Wasn't Moana 2 originally going to be a series that got turned into a movie at the last minute? I don't know. I can't say that I remember hearing news about that, but I don't know. I mean, I'm planning on seeing it either way. So, I mean, we won't know until we won't know how it is until we've seen it, and you can't really judge a movie based on historically we can't. It's not fair to judge a movie or whether you want to see a movie based on what the critics' reviews say. If we want to talk about like the My Little Pony movie from 2017, which was not reviewed well, but I thought was really good. Don't go on critics' reviews alone. You need to form your own opinion on it. Don't base your opinion based on a critic.
Now, of course, as a reviewer, I take some umbrage with that, but not really.
I was using the MLP movie as an example because it was not reviewed well.
No, I totally get what you're saying. Like I say, honestly, I feel like the best thing a reviewer or critic can offer is a reinterpretation. And I feel like sometimes people forget that, including the reviewers. It's not go see this because I say so. Have you considered the movie from this perspective? And would this kids movie work well for a kids audience? Which I thought the MLP movie worked really well for that.
Yeah, but unfortunately, reviewers really
they laid into it.
Yeah, kind of, and I just think that people need to actually see something to form their own opinion on something because a critic can say anything about a movie because that's what they're paid to do, and really, if you're letting that if you're letting that influence you on deciding whether or not to see a movie, you gotta make your own opinions.
Makes sense.
That's what I think.
No, that makes a lot of sense. I need to revisit what the critics said about the My Little Pony movie.
Well, I remember that the rating was so low enough that it was not fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. What actually? I think it got down into the 40 percentile range. I think.
Let's see here. Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes, movies. Let's just take a quick gander. My Little Pony. My Little Pony the Moon. Well,
48% on Rotten Tomatoes.
although, in fairness, A New Generation gets 92.
Yeah. It's... I think...
Ooh, but a 76 fan score. Audience score, I should say. Let's see here.
I can't really say much about that.
Some fans hope it gets to the experience. Let's see here. A dream of dark and troubling things. That's it? A dream of dark... Francis X. Friel with your mohawk buzz cut?
Wait, is this the fan reviews?
Well, this is all critics. And this
Wait. Is this in the... Wait, which are we talking about? The 2017 movie or A New Generation?
2017 movie.
Oh,
A Dream of Dark. I've got to read this now because A Dream of Dark and Terrible Things.
Yeah, that's not that doesn't explain enough about the movie. This reviewer gave a 0.5 out of 5
for A Dream of Dark and Terrible Things. My Little Pony is so bizarre, so effortlessly, irresponsibly insane that I don't think I can really do justice to this film in the space I have here.
I think that's an incorrect use of the word irresponsibly.
Wow, it's 3 paragraphs. Come on, pal. You can't say much in 3 paragraphs? It drops you in the middle of the action into a troubling world of ancient systems and mechanisms not meant for human eyes. You mean a cake? It drops you into the world of a party. We bear witness to manic cult leaders singing about piercing the sky with little demons feasting on diamonds, a society of psychological cannibals, trickster gods, balloon slaves.
Is this your first time reading these?
This is the first time reading this one. I would kill to know what movie he actually watched.
Yeah, I was like, are we watching the same movie?
And now this is...
This movie for little girls was completely ruined by plot holes and lore implications. It also just wasn't good. This review came of February of 2023.
But I mean, I just love this, that this fellow is talking that we're some sort of eldritch abomination cult, and here we have Photo Finish taking a picture of Songbird Serenade on a bright sunny day with everyone smiling.
Let's also put in perspective for everyone who doesn't know, despite the fact that the critics review was 46% of Rotten Tomatoes, the audience score was 76%. So that kind of reinforces my point as to people people need to kind of be the dominating voice.
Oh, but I'm so fascinated now by this individual, Francis X. Friel, Mountain Express, Asheville, North Carolina.
What is Mountain Express?
They spelled it wrong. It's capital Express. There's just no E. But
yeah,
he did. Oh, and he reviewed it. Okay, he did review it the year. 3 pony princesses must stop the evil. No, that's not even the right summary. What is wrong with you, sir? He must have been on something while he's watching this movie.
I think what I like now that we're talking about this, what I I was defending I was defending this to no end after this movie came out. In hindsight, I am getting a kick out of reading these
reading these
reviews.
I'm tempted. I'm tempted just to get some folks in a group chat for Fulfillment Friday, go through the negative reviews and see what they didn't like about it. I don't know if anyone can top this was a dark occult world of balloon slaves and party demons. And I think he's talking about Spike eating the gems. I mean, good God, this is delicious. This is the finest quality of what the hey. Oh, can I have some seconds, sir?
Oh my God.
Oh, but unfortunately, I must continue with my purpose, at least for this time. Red Card, would you join me for such a stream?
Wait for reviewing or for reviewing people's reviews of the My Little Pony movie.
Not even necessarily reviewing them, but just reacting to their complaints.
Oh yes, I would love to.
All right, good. I feel like this could be a thing. Heck, this could be a panel at Cider Fest. Oh, now we're talking. Idea, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, I must have this.
And while we're at it, we should include Taylor on that too.
Oh, yes. Must have Taylor. If Race and Saber were there, that'd be great, but you never know. Champ to Stay.
Sorry.
Champ to Stay rightly asks, since it's Cider Fest, with or without alcohol. I feel like getting just a little schnockered for this would make it even funnier.
I don't drink.
That's
also,
not a requirement.
Also, I wouldn't know Race or Saber to ever miss a Cider Fest.
Well, they've got a lot going on this year. We haven't got to see them on the pony scene quite as much. No.
I know, but I think that the hit Race's stuff might wind down as we come toward it's I think it's from what Taylor has told me, it's already starting to wind down, and so who knows, we might see them.
Well,
I mean we're seeing them at Everfree.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that. Actually, I'm actually been helping Race with some of his endeavor. For those who are wondering, Race has been working to build a low-budget network to show NASCAR races that aren't usually covered by the big-name companies, giving both fans and fans of certain racers and the family of those racers the chance to see what's what.
Yeah, they're like local sort of stock car races that are at local racetracks. Namely, the Bull Ring in Vegas is one of them. Taylor has also been helping them out.
Yes.
So that's what Race has been up to. That's what Taylor's been up to as well.
And it's what I've been up to also. It's a Brony conspiracy. We're all going to become NASCAR fans.
I follow NASCAR too, and of course, Race has been and he said it best himself. He's been a NASCAR fan since he emerged from the womb. So, I mean, it's nice to be in the company of some fellow NASCAR bronies.
So wait, does that mean that when they spank the baby to help with the breathing, Race's first cry was?
I don't know about that. It is. That was a direct quote from Race from 11 years ago.
Oh, but I like this idea.
And guess which vlog it came from which convention? Take a guess.
I'm gonna guess BronyCon?
Las Pegasus Unicon.
Oh, the cursed. I mean, It's only one letter away from Unicron, so you know it's evil.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. See, I'm going to make this wicked. Yes. And then... now we'll be angry. Wicked. Boop. Well, it's nice if something good came out of Unicon besides the fandom's efforts to reimburse their the guests of honor.
Did you go to Unicon?
Nope, I mercifully missed out.
Good. Yeah, I didn't either. I was still in high school at the time, so I couldn't go.
I think we both dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, and also I didn't have. I was also very limited on funds, so I couldn't travel by plane very much either. So that too.
Well, again, we
dodged a bullet.
Dodged a bullet. Didn't miss out on that score. I'm just grateful that the fandom pulled together to show the guests of honor how much we appreciated what they did.
Oh yeah, because if that had gone badly, we would not have the conventions like that we do today. Like Hasbro would have pulled the plug on everything.
Mm.
And everybody knows it too.
Trinair's hitting me with the all-important question. Just how many panels would you be doing at Everfree Northwest this time, Silver?
Yes.
I'm going to say at least 8. I think there's still 1 or 2 I need to check up on. But
if we're talking about Everfree Northwest, I'm going to be on a few panels. I'm actually hosting one as well, Saturday Morning Cartoons, which is going to be in the writing room. I'm taking this opportunity to plug my stuff. Sorry, Silver.
No, plug away. That's part of the fun.
Yeah. In the where it's gonna be in the writing room, which is that little auditorium, where previously where previous anthology highlights have been shown in previous years of Everfree. It's gonna be there at 9 a.m. On Saturday of Everfree Northwest. So if y'all are going, you should come, because I've got some ideas on what I want to show.
Good. To show how darn.
I want to give you all a nostalgia trip for those who grew up watching Saturday morning cartoons. I know I did.
Oh, I did too. It was like the great. Okay, it's the only time in my life where I'm happy to get up at like 6 a.m. to catch the latest episode of so-and-so and such and such.
Me too.
It's like...
okay, Silver, I have a question for you. What network do you remember tuning into the most for Saturday morning cartoon?
For a time, Fox reigned supreme, but... WB was a close runner-up.
And a kids WB?
Yeah. And NBC had their, I think they had a cartoon block.
Did they?
Because here's the thing. ABC, the local ABC, preempted part of Saturday morning cartoons for morning news. Which
they preempted one Saturday morning? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they preempted it, and ABC was the show where if you didn't get super popular in a week, you were gone. I've only learned about certain shows that continued after I thought they'd been canceled.
Huh.
I mean, I didn't get to see the final episode of Sonic Sat AM until a year or 3 later, when it was up. And, well, that stupid cliffhanger ending makes you wonder what could have been. I'm bitter now.
I haven't seen Sonic Sat AM yet, so don't spoil it for me, please.
I won't spoil it for you, but the bitterness is real.
Yeah. I remember. Sorry.
Sorry, it's just not because it's bad. If anything, it's because it's. Well, I thought it was good. Why did they stop? Why?
I don't know. No, like they have their like. Some networks have their reasons for canceling stuff or ending. So I don't know. Me growing up, I remember watching Kids WB. Pokemon was on Kids WB. That's what I remember. Also, so was they showed reruns of Tiny Toon Adventures and Animaniacs. Also, Disney's One Saturday Morning on ABC when Disney bought ABC. They showed Recess, and then in 2002, the Fox Family Channel was sold to the Walt Disney Company, and so so Fox Family and Fox Kids, those properties were sold to Walt Disney, and so one Saturday morning, or actually Fox Family became ABC Family, and then one Saturday morning became ABC Kids, and then you have all of this stuff from Disney Channel being shown on ABC. Like when we can see it on Disney Channel, it's like I got both ABC and Disney Channel because I had cable growing up. It's like and some of the stuff that was shown on ABC Kids wasn't even cartoons. It was like some of this even Sweet Life of Zach and Cody that's shown on Disney Channel was shown on ABC Kids. Like, I don't want to see that on ABC. So, I mean, but I remember like Recess and Timo Supremo and some Kim Possible was shown on ABC as well. It's like there's a lot of stuff I remember from ABC Saturday mornings that I wish was still around today. I wish Saturday morning cartoons blocks were still a thing today. I wish they hadn't gone away. Oh, how times have changed. Ugh.
I know it's
and then you have also like after Fox Kids after Fox dropped their kids block, 4Kids TV became a thing on the Fox network. And you have all of these poorly edited and dubbed anime being shown on the block. Tokyo Mew Mew was renamed Mew Mew Power, and then you have the Winx Club that's just edited, and then Sonic X of all things. I've shown some of this. I have a Cartoon Night streaming event in another Discord channel, and I have a special themed week dedicated to bad anime dubs, and those and what I just mentioned are just some of the select few in which I have shown for that themed week. I have 4Kids TV to thank for giving me the idea for this themed week.
Oh, but that sounds like a test of endurance.
It believe me, it is. For me especially. Not just for those watching, for me especially, because I'm the one showing it. I have to endure it with the people watching.
Watch Mojo just put out the top 20 worst anime of all time.
No, I'm not talking about just like bad bad anime. I'm talking about bad anime dubs,
yes.
where the original property is one of the most liked anime out there, but the dub is utter garbage.
I'm just saying, if you need a theme for another week, boy, you could introduce a lot of people to X-Arms.
I've literally never heard of that.
Oh,
but for good reason too. If you're bringing that up to me.
Oh
my God! Like Elizabeth Snowball just mentioned, Ultimate Muscle. I've seen that, and it is a it's like tripping on acid. Oh my God. It's like, it is insane.
Miss your cheeks. You know what I'm talking about.
But yeah, there's just a lot of stuff that I have gone back to recently that I just like. It, like watching the stuff when you were a kid makes you feel like a kid again, even at my age. Like, and you know, even like some of the like even when I mentioned my stepfather, like we even watched some stuff from when he grew up in like the 60s and stuff. There's one in particular, Speed Racer. He grew up watching Speed Racer, and he used to love that, he used to love like the Mach 5 and everything. Like that was his era of cartoons and anime.
Nice. Go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer,
go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go.
Meanwhile, the secret meeting is taking place secretly. That's an actual quote. I'm not making it up.
We've also watched that in my Cartoon Night event, and we just love just railing against some of the some of the jump cuts, some of the grunts that are made, some of the dialogue. Like this is dialogue that was recorded in like the 60s and 70s. It's like this is not like more recent stuff. This is like OG type of stuff.
Swordbreaker 12 brings up the dub of Escaflowne, where they were trying so hard to make it anything but what it was originally. I
cannot say that I've seen that.
Well, you won't get much of a chance because they canceled it pretty fast. The dub could not live up to the series. The series is beautiful. And
that actually reminds me of the 4Kids dub of Tokyo Mew Mew, which was renamed Mew Mew Power. That dub lasted 26 episodes. Like the original series lasts like how many episodes does the original series? Hold on a minute.
I mean, but man, Cardcaptor Sakura. There's a series that got.
I love Cardcaptor Sakura. That is my go-to clamp anime.
Your happy place?
Find a happy place. No, I don't want the most recent anime. No, the 52 episodes was the original Tokyo Mew Mew anime. The 4Kids only did 26 episodes of it before it was canceled. So, I mean, I would love to see that redubbed, like redubbed with some originality, a la the Viz dub of Sailor Moon. Like now, Sailor Moon, that is that sets the standard for magical girl anime.
Now that you say that, I must once again get a clip going. Pardon me one sec.
No.
Watched this last night with my friends, and they were howling.
In that case, I applaud them for putting the whole...
Let's see here.
Oh, no.
What are you talking about? We're in a Stooges with witches. Oh my God, they aborted a plot line harder than American Horror Story 2. I need everyone to listen to me right now. I don't care what you say. The gold standard for fucking up is American Horror Story 2. Okay? Listen to me. You gotta listen to me. This is real. American Horror Story 2 takes place in 1964, okay? 1964. It's in an insane asylum. That's gonna be so cool. Not really, because guess what? They introduce Anne Frank. Oh my God. Oh my God. They pretended that Anne Frank was still alive. They brought back the poor sweet child to put her in an insane asylum. That was the original plan until somebody figured out that is straight.
We're going to stop there before he gets even angry. That is Code Mint, episode 18. The gold standard for messing up.
Yeah.
I'm playing some weird stuff tonight.
Yeah. Parker Boots points out Lauren Faust originally pitched MLP as Sailor Moon with colorful ponies. I noticed that the first time I watched MLP, actually, when I watched the first episode of MLP, it's like, this is so Sailor Moon.
You know,
I grew up watching that when it was on Toonami. It was like first time I watched it, it's like, this is cool. Sorry, you were about to say something. I cut you off.
Well, I was in high school when the original dub of Sailor Moon was all we had, and it cut off like halfway through R.
Oh, you're talking about the lost episodes.
Right, the lost episodes. Yeah.
Where it exited syndication and then it was brought back on Toonami.
And that's when we finally got to get the whole story. But I remember that. And I also remember a friend coming up to me at school asking, hey, have you watched that show Sailor Moon? And having no reason to lie, I said, yeah. He said, yeah, it seemed like a show I think you'd watch. I never got a confirmation on what the hell that meant.
Well, and also there was such a the reason why they called the lost episodes. There was such a huge production gap between the last episode that they did of R and when they picked back up again.
Yeah,
we're talking about a period of like 2.5 to 3 years.
So, but the lost episode. No, I know right where they are. They're in the land of the rising sun. Thank you very much.
The lost episode. That's how Toonami was marketing this, and it's like, what lost episodes? They haven't produced these episodes yet. They're not lost. They haven't gotten to them yet. I still don't know why they temporarily stopped production up in Toronto on the dub.
I have no idea, none whatsoever.
Like I still like despite how bad the dub is, like I still hold that near and dear to my heart for nostalgic purposes because that's what I first watched and that's what I grew up watching. My preference is to watch the uncut Viz Media dub now. But I mean the Deke and Cloverway dubs that were done in Canada will always have a special place in my heart.
If only for the memories.
If only for the memories for that.
Thanks for the memories.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, like, you know, after R, Deke lost their distribution rights, and so when it got to S, Cloverway took over, and they with that retained the original background music and some originality to it. They released it. They released an uncut version on DVD and a television edited version on VHS, which I have copies of actually. And so, but after they did Super S or Supers as it's supposed to be called, they never did Sailor Stars because A, they lost the rights to do the dub, and B, it was originally in the state here states that it was originally marketed towards a younger audience, but in Japan this is marketed towards a teenage audience. Sailor Stars has some content which may not be appropriate for a Y7 audience. So yeah, but nowadays, with the release of the Viz Media dub, which is rated, I think TV 14.
Uh-huh.
No such issues.
Well, let's just be clear. I think I know what you're putting up. In Sailor Stars, there are a trio of characters who are men in their civilian disguises and women when they transform. And
yeah, I actually didn't notice. I didn't realize that until just a few years ago, actually.
Well, it's not like when they transform, there's definitely a masculine and feminine bodies, but they don't include the details. You know?
Right, but also like in the very last episode, they like towards the end they do show Usagi naked.
Oh yes,
but I think that was also one of the reasons why Sailor Stars didn't get picked up by Cloverway. But what people didn't realize is that in a lot of places, in Japan included, nudity represents purity as well.
Yeah, and
that's what I like to focus on.
There's a lot of culture shock to be around.
I know, and it drives me crazy. But you know, you can't go back in time and change that. It is what it is. Well, and it's luckily been rectified with the Viz Media dub. Is like we can see this with an English language track.
Although I still remember Sailor Uranus and Neptune. Oh, they're cousins.
Cousins. Oh,
that's why
no, they're not. Like they're cousins, right? Right. Okay. You guys want to go that route and say they're cousins? They're a little bit too close to be cousins, quote unquote. So yeah.
Pokemon Fire Eevee is reading my mind. Yeah, right. Alabamian cousins. It's like your family tree's a stick, ain't it? There.
Oh boy. Oh boy. It's like there's no way these two are cousins. They are lovers to the death.
Quite literally.
Yeah. Yeah. Even though even though they wouldn't explicitly like you know that Optimum Productions and Cloverway wouldn't explicitly say so, they were not even close to being cousins. That they never were.
It's like, you cannot deceive us. We have eyes.
It's like, and you really think we're that stupid? Like to think that they're cousins with like indulging in that kind of a relationship? Are you out of your flipping minds?
I will say that probably made for some awkward family reunions if anyone actually bought into that.
Yeah, and you know, I know it was like the culture shock was pretty jarring. It like in 2000, 2001, and you know, stuff, or early 2000s, late 90s, and especially for those in the United States, whereas you know, a same-sex relationship was not widely accepted as it would be today. But you know, I think they're honestly, like, speaking seriously, I think that really Optimum Productions and Cloverway, their backs were kind of against a wall, and they really didn't have much of a choice but to go that route.
Oh, yeah, I'm not condemning them.
It's just like a U.S. audience was not ready for that kind of a relationship yet.
Not yet. But who
but
knows?
but it's still really funny to talk about and joke about.
It is, and well, hopefully we can talk about it some more at Everfree.
Yeah,
but we're at the top of the hour. It's been a grand discussion. Red Card, are there any other projects, events you'd like to give everybody heads up on?
I'm not sure what I'm really at liberty to really discuss, apart from some of the panels in which I'm going to be on at Everfree. I actually have to go into the list that Taylor sent me, because there's a lot of them and I can't remember them by name. Hold on just a minute.
Well, I too need to sort out my schedule and make sure I can honor all my commitments.
Yep. Okay. So it's gonna be Make Your Mark with Taylor and Co. Friday 6 p.m. These times are Pacific Daylight Time, by the way. Friday at 6 p.m. in the Marina Room. My Little Match Game Friday at 8 p.m. in the Mocha Sunrise Room. Tell Your Tale with Taylor and Co. This is actually a different time now. Hold on just a minute. That is at 1:15 to 2:15 p.m. in the Marina Room. And then Jackbox with Taylor and Geeky Nova Saturday at 7:30 p.m. in the Marina Room. I will, as mentioned before, I will also be hosting Saturday morning cartoons in Novella's Writing Room, which is the auditorium, 9 a.m. on Saturday morning to 10:45 a.m. Taylor will be joining me on that one. Also, if you haven't already, check out my Winnie City PonyCon vlogs and also my other convention vlogs on my channel. And throughout the year, also went to visit London, did travel vlogs from that. Check those out. I'm trying to get the last bit of my Winnie City vlogs up before I have to travel next weekend up to visit family up in New Hampshire. So I'm on the clock here.
Oh yes, we have so many things to take care of before just a convention.
Oh boy. I'm trying to eliminate a backlog that has been of vlogs that I've had to edit since there's been present since Ciderfest last year. It's just been endless because my work hours have changed, and now I also run a Cartoon Night streaming event. I have to focus on that, so not so much time for editing anymore. And I also take breaks sometimes as well. And also, there is the Olympics, which are going on as we speak, which I'm going to be focusing on covering on Twitter, live tweeting as well. Yeah, so but yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing leading up to Everfree and at Everfree as well.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, we are all going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, getting ready.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
And so, but next week I hope to have Taylor Boy McCardle on here so we can talk about things and I can pitch that reviewing for Ciderfest to him. That would be.
Yeah. Oh. By the way, if you like, I was originally supposed to join Taylor, who tonight. If you wouldn't mind me joining in next week, I can do that.
Oh, you'd be most welcome.
Awesome. Well, I'll see y'all next week then.
Excellent. Well, with that, everyone, I will also wish you a good night and a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the Olympics. Enjoy Deadpool in the theaters if you have the opportunity. But most of all, just enjoy the time and invest it as you please.
And go Team USA at the Olympics.
There we go. So, until next week, everyone, be safe and be well. I'm Silver-Quill. Thanks for watching.